Speed with 1-1 would advance with a win. Pajulu 0-1, desperately needing a win to keep his season alive. As we are underway here, just so you guys know, this is a pre-recorded race, but Enemy and I are live checking out chat. Looks like we have some pretty good value on Pajulu if somebody wants to drop some points.
It looks like we got some nice sync going on. And again, with it being pre-recorded, once again, I am obligated to remind, we do not know who wins here. I don't have a script. I'm pretty sure AC doesn't have a script. I certainly don't.
I left mine in a taxi on the way here, unfortunately.
Alright, perfect. So none of us are really going to know what's going to happen.
Yep, the only people who know who won this race are Speed, Pajulu, Saren, and God. Maybe Matt.
Ooh, that was a nice sync on the cutscene.
A little bit of a trip by Pajulu, but that's okay. He is to the bridge pretty quickly.
Little Potato, hope you're doing well. It is me. I wouldn't say I'm a shoutcaster extraordinaire, though, that's for sure.
I am definitely a shoutcaster. Only when it gets hyped, though. Oh,
no, understandable.
I don't know if you guys
stay quiet for.
I don't know if you guys were watching the 16-star live time attack.
The Sleep 16?
I think it was last weekend.
Yeah, Sleep 16.
Yeah, Sleep 16, thank you. All of my weeks are blending together. I have been working on stuff, and finally stuff was finished, and now I'm, like, actually living my life again, and it's great. A block for Pajulu as both successful with left side, although Pajulu a little sloppy on the entry.
Speed going for the spin throw. And Pajulu also getting the spin throw. Now, the racers are going to be only behind by a couple of seconds, but regardless, still really decent Cap Kingdom from both runners.
Certainly, and a lot of Mario Odyssey to be played. Quickly to finish my story, I got a Sunday slot at the last second, and Ouija got a 14:57 while I was commentating, and I was just, like, freaking out on the commentary. I was, like, trying to build it up, because I really thought that was going to be the winning run. And then, of course, in the next block, Kano got a 14:56, and it wasn't. But I definitely tried to, like, shoutcast, figuring that was going to be, like, the clip that was played from the tournament. And then, again, Kano got a 14:56, and made that completely irrelevant. I am definitely a shoutcaster.
See, and that's the thing about these events. You never really know what's going to happen. You'll always have somewhat of an idea, but because it's a race, and especially with those that are live, you never know what's going to happen.
Right, one big mistake by Saren, and Pajulu is going to have a giant lead. So this is by no means anywhere near decided.
Woo! Oh man, I didn't know Saren was racing. You said one mistake by Saren, so...
one mistake by Saren, and then the stream is going to go down.
That is true. That is very true. Everyone right now is... all the racers and everything is being held hostage by Saren's computer and internet. Hopefully, they do not crash on us.
Well, on the bright side, this is a pre-record, so if something does go wrong, we can just hop right back into where we were.
Very true, very true.
Saren's computer just crashes in, like, the moon, and then we just have to start all the way from the beginning.
True, though. I mean, hey, that's just going to be another nice hour of SMO action.
Fair enough.
Both runners getting the Dino Skip very well. Speed, again, still just, like, a few more seconds ahead.
Yeah, so far a very clean, wrong griddle, from both players. And Speed getting it done. Now, I would assume both of these players are going to go for the Cliff Moon, but we could see some chest clip coming up. Pajulu having some issue on that third hit.
Unfortunately took a bonk on the chain chomp instead of getting the hat off.
Yep, and that means that he has to do it the developer's intended way and have Mama Brutal chase him around. That's
unfortunate.
No good. So Speed going to extend his slight lead. But again, very early.
Very, very early. You never know, we could always see a Mario meltdown later.
Oh, of course. And indeed, Speed will be going for the Cliff Moon, not a surprise. Both of these players, for the record, are the 2 lowest seeds in Division A, but both with a strong chance of moving on.
Absolutely. Like, Pajulu may be an entire minute behind as far as PBs go, but with clean play and a few mishaps from Speed, he could easily also take a win.
Oh, absolutely. And we have definitely seen some pretty large PB difference upsets all over the place in this tournament, both in Divisions A and B. And really in Division A, anyone can beat anyone on any given day. The PBs may be, decently far apart, but in a race setting, you can't reset if something goes wrong. So it's ultimately the more consistent runner will win more often, not necessarily the runner with the better PB.
Consistency is absolutely key.
Style points are also key, as Neo5 points out.
Yeah, up throw roll cancels are pretty stylish, that's for sure. All right, we're gonna
be on to Sand Kingdom.
We're gonna hope that Speed did go fast enough for the DSTA. Chances are he did.
Whoa, both of them have this easily.
Yeah, that was some weird camera.
Bounds movement. That was interesting. Pajulu, it might be a little closer, but I think he still has it as well. It's only about a 10-second difference between these 2 players. 15 tops.
Off in the town, but really didn't bother too much. Time's still
looking
good for both.
Oh
no, Pajulu!
He's already got the seat in, so that's the important part. And now he's missed the bird. Oh, gets it on the rebound. Great play.
Good save. Goodness gracious, Pajulu. Alright, Speed getting the DSTA successfully. Having a little bit of trouble getting the moon, though.
Yeah, you do actually have to grab the moon. I don't know if you guys have played this game before.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like sometimes when I go for like a dive, Mario, even though I should be facing the right way, just like turns around. Oh no, Pajulu not getting the DSTA!
Oh. That's a shocker, so he'll either have to do manual or get a backup moon.
Like
and he's going to do manual. I thought for sure he had it, but he must have had a pretty large offset.
You know, I'm so curious. It's very interesting that what was it? I think system update either 12 or 13 when Nintendo decided to add another menu option in there, totally throwing off every runner's muscle memory for adjusting the time manually when they have to. Mildly annoying for sure.
Nintendo does like messing with speedrunners. That's a pretty well-known fact.
True. Speed getting the dram successfully. Pajulu, gonna have to play a lot to try and catch up.
That's okay, a lot of opportunities for mistakes here, although preferably not from Pajulu, as he has trouble getting onto this gate. Now gets it.
Be going for the 1 bullet cycle, or whatever it was called. Sorry, I remember it was mentioned yesterday. Successfully getting it.
Going for reverse Jaxie. Always nice to see.
Movement.
That is very clean. It. I think the reverse Jaxie only saves like half a second, and you have to do it perfectly. But he did it perfectly and saves that half second, and almost falls into the drink.
Flirting with death there. Alright, hopefully Speed gets the right timing here, and he does. Bullet Bill breaking the rock for him. Easy peasy.
Always a nice trick to see. Gonna head over to become a cactus. Pajulu, meanwhile, does quite a bit of work to do in this kingdom.
Absolutely. It looks like he won't be going for the reverse Jaxie.
Yep, going for the standard route here. Breaking that box, and now gonna have to take over another bullet bill to get up on top.
Man, Speed so far playing quite cleanly with only like a couple minor mistakes here and there.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotta be really happy with how this early game's been going. Let's see if he gets a 1 throw. He does.
Love to see that.
That's a tough trick. It only saves like 2 seconds, but it's always nice to see.
2 seconds. In terms of speedrunning, 2 seconds is actually quite a bit.
Of course. We've seen multiple races come down to just a couple of seconds, especially in Division A. Pajulu heading there now.
Sarah, did you actually add Pepe D? What? Are you okay? Wait a minute.
I didn't realize it was ever gone. Pajulu's gonna have to get a 2-throw.
Sorry, Sarah coming in with the oops, my mistake. All right. Speed out of sand, going to be on his way to lake here. Pajulu, a little bit further behind, but also going to be leaving sand here.
All things considered, this has not been horrible for Pajulu. There have not been any devastating mistakes. There's not been a death. Obviously, you know, missing DSDA having to do manual is pretty devastating. But overall, it could be worse. He's also running up against a buzzsaw in speed today. We'll see how that holds. I'm sure he will be going for Lake Cliff. I would assume Pajulu will also be going for Lake Cliff. I have not checked. So we'll do that right now, actually.
Right.
And actually, Pajulu does not go for Lake Cliffs. Speed does. So he will be doing that in just a second here. And I've definitely seen runs lost quite a bit in races to bad lake clips. Although this one's looking good. There we go.
All right, getting it. Very nice.
He did need a little bit of setup work, but overall, pretty good.
Excuse me, sorry.
Understandable.
All right, Speed here, going to be warping up to the checkpoint. Grabbing that chest moon. Pajulu on his way to the moon in the zippers area. I can't believe I forgot its name. You know, the funniest thing about speedrunning this game, if you're speedrunning it for the first time, or you've just been speedrunning it for so long in a different language, like, you can't tell people what the moons are called. All you can do is say, okay, get this one, get that one, and that one. And if someone's like, oh,
yeah,
which
absolutely.
moon is that? You're just like, I don't know.
It's the same thing in Mario 64. Like, I saw Cheese and Simply play a Sporkle quiz of, like, all of the star names, and they were only getting half. And they're both, you know, two of the very, very top 120-star runners. And because they play in Japanese and don't pay attention to such things, they just don't know the names.
That's so funny. I love it. All right, Pajulu here going to be going for the Rango fight to get the last 3 moons. Speed going to be leaving Lake here.
Yeah, Pajulu, in addition to doing this boss fight, is going to have to sit through a cutscene. But overall, the safer play.
Very true, very true.
Grabbing some coins for good measure. I usually check the coin counts to make sure they have 100 coming out of this kingdom. I'm sure Pajulu is fine.
Alright, 116.
Pajulu is in fact fine, although he was only at 116, so... after collecting all those Rango coins, so maybe he was in trouble.
Might have been a little low.
We'll never know. Unless we go back
Very
and check
true.
the VOD, which I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Wooded Kingdom next.
Alright.
Lots can go wrong in Wooded Kingdom, so by no means is this race decided. I'm going to keep saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. We've still got quite a bit of gameplay to go. We could see a couple deaths. We could see a deep woods entrance by mistake.
That's a rarity, although I will point out, I have seen a double deep woods before.
Oh no.
It was the most insane thing I think I've ever commented.
That is so unfortunate.
It was hilarious, though. Speed, very good on coins, and then obviously 2 opportunities at Hint Heart for the Snow Kingdom coins, so we should be good on that front. The first big thing coming up here is going to be a successful nut clip and out of bounds movement. Just taking a quick look, they are both 100% in this tournament.
So we've got a 1-to-1. Or oh no, sorry, 100% on the nuts. Right.
Yes.
Right,
so Speed's done it twice. Pajulu's only been in 1 race, although I think Pajulu just missed the bunny.
Uh-oh. He did.
Yeah, gonna have to chase him down, but a great chase down to save it.
Not gonna waste too much time with that. Pajulu should be getting the nut clip. Speed should be getting the net clip here.
And he does. So let's make sure he gets the out-of-bounds movement, which he does very cleanly. As I say that, a bit of a scare, but he should be good on the recovery. Well done.
If you jump too early there, you can get stuck inside the box and have to warp back to the Odyssey, which will absolutely lose you some time.
The good news is that he at least got the moon. Even if he would have fallen and gotten stuck, he wouldn't have had to do any backup moons, which would have lost even more.
Alright, so that's going to have Speed with his successful 100% nut flip stats. Pajulu here going to be tempting as well.
Very solid stuff for Speed, going 3 for 3 in the group stage with this trick.
Pajulu also getting the movement. Let's see.
And he's... What is that camera angle?
Sketchy.
Well, it never works, I guess, because he's through.
Alright. Making sure to dive the other direction to make sure, just in case he was a little too low diving forwards. Doing a backflip off of the stairs. I don't see that very often. Or the slope.
There's not a whole lot of places you backflip in this game. Great FRS by Speed.
Fabulous.
They call him Speed for a reason, evidently.
Speed now 3 moons ahead of Pajulu. We're going to have to hope for some kind of a spill here. But
Speed into the tower.
So clean, so flawless.
Yeah, I gotta say, Speed's execution has been top-notch. I don't know where he is against his PB. He's got to be pretty close.
Alright, clean inside the tower movement. Pajulu going around the corner for this nut. You can't go too fast with Nut Boy. Yep. Speed getting the bird.
Coming FRS. Ooh, he's gonna miss and he's gonna have to do a dive vault here.
Hopefully he makes this.
Oh, he's got it.
Thank goodness.
Matty informing us that Speed was plus 11 out of Lake. I'm kind of surprised because he's really been on a roll here.
Absolutely.
Figuratively, of course. Despite
well, also
literally rolling.
Yep.
Into the underground passage.
Gonna be getting a clean, quick cycle here.
Oh, I see. Matsy pointing out that if Speed did a DSS in his PB, that would be a 10-second game.
Very clean flooded pipes movement.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the perfect cycle. So realistically, Speed minus the DSS that he obviously did not go for because it's a race, and I certainly wouldn't dare go for DSS in a race.
Definitely not. All right, and we see Pajulu here.
PB.
We see Pajulu here taking the nice option and only bouncing off the robot's head. Well, I did see Speed bounce off the bird. You know, I feel like Mario's a relatively heavy-set individual. I hope that bird's okay.
Yeah, that's got to be rough. You figure Mario, you know, the average human male is like, what, 150, 160. Mario's probably rocking 200 at least. And birds are like, you know, a couple pounds. That's not good news for the bird.
Not at all.
Solid first moon in the underground passageway for Pajulu, who is coming up on a good cycle here. If he can get out of the way of those, I don't know what they're called, but he does in a great fuzzies and a great quick cycle.
Fantastic. Pajulu going to be leaving Wooded here as Speed starts the Bowser fight. Very clean first half here.
Let's see if he goes for the Cloud Hint Art, and he will not. Doesn't get the Bowser Manip either.
Very nice. A clean second half.
It's it the second time. Taking intentional damage. This fight's pretty straightforward.
Very clean 30 hats. 3 fast hats for Speed. Pajulu going to be entering the cloud fight as Speed is leaving it. If that tells you any sense of time difference. I know that's a pretty decent one. I could not do that off the top of my head, though.
Nor could I. I would guess somewhere in the 45 seconds to a minute ballpark. Although we are coming up on Lost, where runs are, you guessed it, lost.
Pajulu with the clean first hat here. Speed going to be going for the meme tree jump.
Looking good, and he's got it, just barely, though.
Oof. Pajulu with a sketchy second hat here. Getting it, though.
Matsy informing us that it is a 1 minute, 3 second difference.
Excellent.
Thank you, Matsy, who is our stats extraordinaire.
Fantastic. You love
and
to
you can
see.
follow along with that link that Matsy just posted.
Gotta love having a very dedicated stat specialist. We appreciate you, Matsy.
Hulu all done with Cloud. Yeah, the puns, I know. Speed is half done with Lost, a little bit of a bonk. He will activate Klepto. I'll avoid him getting Kleptoed later. That would be devastating with this kind of lead. It's an instant half-minute time loss.
Gonna be getting the clean trap beetle moon there. Ooh, Pajulu also getting the meme tree jump.
That was an interesting camera angle on Speed's side. Gonna come up on cage triple now. Looks good.
And
he's got it.
Very clean cage triple.
Only the bridge skip left.
Going
and
for
he's
the
got it.
Movement. He's out of here.
An excellent run by Speed so far.
Very clean movement throughout almost all of the kingdoms. Just like a few minor bonks here and there, but nothing really too major.
Yeah, in fact, he's only 6 seconds behind his PB. Now, I do have to mention, we talked about him doing DSS earlier, and he was actually ahead of pace out of, I'm sorry, he was behind pace in Cascade. Okay, never mind. So, I don't know the order of the kingdoms.
Yo, fair enough, fair enough. You just kind of, when you just get into it, you just kind of play through, you know where you go, and then by then, your muscle memory just kicks in.
Certainly. He is plus 10 on his PB out of Lost. So he is playing right up against his PB.
Playing really well. Pajulu here going to be going for cage triple. Also successful. You love to see it. As Speed enters Night Metro, Pajulu going to be leaving Lost very shortly here. Also with the upper movement.
So all things considered, no deaths in this race so far out of Lost. Even though it is a pretty sizable lead for Speed. Probably about 1:10 now. Things are looking pretty good from both runners, actually.
Very clean movement from Skyscraper there from Speed.
Head into the tower.
Going for the standard tower movement here.
Yep.
Pajulu now entering Night Kingdom. Night Kingdom? Alright. Night Metro.
Hey, you know what? I've messed up like 7 times in this race already. It's okay.
Speed getting the tower jump. And gonna be on his way to fight the Mecha Wiggler. We're gonna hope that he can get a 2 cycle. Because having to spend any more time in the Mecha Wiggler than you'd want to is not good.
Completely agreed. We have not seen many 3 cycles. Most of them we've seen in this tournament have been in Division B. So these players definitely know how to control their Mecha Wigglers.
Pajulu here with some slightly messy movement up through the Skyscraper, but definitely at least making it over after grabbing the moon. Still no
would have been
deaths.
devastating to fall off that building, but he at least grabs one of the lower ledges and is able to vault right back up. Speed gonna be coming up on his 2nd cycle here as Pajulu climbs the tower, normal movement. Oh, this is a pretty solid Mecha Wiggler, and he gets all of the hits that he needed were on the bottom, so a much
That's
easier
good.
time hitting them. And a
Alright.
pretty solid Mecha Wiggler, not a perfect Mecha Wiggler, of course, but a very good one. He'll take it, certainly. And
Absolutely.
Speed continues to put the pedal to the metal as Pajulu just now into the Mecha Wiggler fight. Three-shot first select for Pajulu. And he'll wait it out in the corner. Speed going to transition to Day Metro.
All right, the much better half of this kingdom, I might say. The movement in Day Metro is a lot of fun. It's so fun. But Night Metro, you know, I really don't like it.
I don't think it's everyone's favorite kingdom by any stretch. Certainly, I would say Day Metro would be my preference over Night Metro.
All right, Speed going to be getting a clean dram here. Pajulu on his second cycle, hopefully getting a two-cycled Wiggler.
Oh, those are pretty good shots. He only needs one more segment, and he's done.
Those were clean. What a
wow
wonderful Wiggler fight.
And we completely missed a drive-by by Speed.
Just
so
in
well
awe
done to
of
both
the clean bullets. Ooh, will that work?
See if he gets trash dram here. He does not.
All right, I'm going to be losing like maybe a second or two there.
If that. Be continuing on.
Just overall really clean movements from both runners. Sometimes it's like there's not much to commentate about.
Not really. Both of them will be going for bullet building. That's pretty standard for Division A.
All right, let's see. Speed hopefully getting some clean slots here. And
Easy.
He does. Pajulu also getting a nice dram there. See how his scooter clip goes.
Nailed it.
Just a short little setup there, but making it work. Looking beautiful. Speed on his way into the bullet bill room. Oh, short little bonk there from Pajulu. That's unfortunate.
He's gonna miss trash dram now, I think. Oh, he gets it.
Very nice. Gonna save a teeny amount of time from that.
Yeah. Well,
Speed
any
doing the
little bit of
bullet
time at this point counts, given how far he is behind.
Absolutely.
Very good bullet building by Speed. Couple of bonks, I think, but overall pretty solid.
Pajulu missing the cone there for a little bit, just basically canceling out the dram. Oh, Speed with a one jump. Making it. That's neat.
Very nice. We'll get the Garuda Moon as well. Hulu into the slot machine, and he gets it very cleanly.
Alright, time for the climb at the top of the skyscraper. Hopefully you don't see too many mistakes here.
And it's also important that he remembers to get that hint art, which I'm sure he will.
As Pajulu himself also now heading into the bullet room. Very clean movement. Speed getting a nice snipe there, coming down from above.
Yes, well
So
done.
Pajulu can get a good bullet bill here.
Oh,
And
gets one. That
does.
was close.
This is a little sketchy, but makes it work.
Feed into people's room.
That was interesting. If I remember correctly, Mario's cannon height is 5'3", and then you go into Metro Kingdom and you just see these giants.
Yeah, it's really weird considering that Nintendo has confirmed both Mario and the people in the Metro Kingdom are both human.
Really odd.
It's weird. It's weird. That's all I gotta say. It's weird.
Yep.
After all, Mario with the, comical proportions, and then we have the, hyper-realistic humans.
It's always something interesting to see in games.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Speed
at
here.
least glad that Nintendo confirmed that they're both human and we don't have to come up with, side theories.
True. All right, Speed here going to be exiting Metro with a pretty solid high 29 heading into Snow. Pajulu also getting a nice snipe there.
Yeah, good to see both of these players getting the Parker tree very quickly.
Alright, definitely looks like we'll be seeing Snowdram here from Speed. Rolling down through the hills, gonna go talk to Captain Toad, and unfortunately let the cold air in. Oh, actually not letting as much cold air in as I've seen most racers do, so what a nice man.
Ah.
Much
I have
more,
definitely gone down many a rabbit hole about this Captain Toad, so I think I'm going to focus on the race this time.
Speed
going to be heading into Shiveria Town.
Alright, Speed just zooming along. Pajulu now getting out of Metro. You can definitely see that there's an over minute of difference.
These runners are going for anything crazy here. There's certainly a lot of different routes you can take in Snow Kingdom, but generally we'll see runners go for the pretty standard movement here. Going 2 rooms, 2 moons each. There's the option to go into Rango Moon and skip Snowdram, which generally we only see at the bottom levels of Division B. And realistically, I don't think we're going to see ICC in a race unless somebody's melding.
Yeah, definitely not. That trick is a little too perfect to consider it in a race.
It's highly inconsistent.
But Hulu also being nice to the Toad. You love to see it.
Let's see if Speed got the successful spiny manip. He did. Good stuff. Really hard to pick out any, like, big mistake that Speed has made. Yeah, he's lost a second here or there, but still at the halfway point of this run, he is keeping his foot on the gas.
Just clean movement overall.
At this point, because of how clean he's been playing, even if he makes a major mistake, he'd still be in the lead over Pajulu. And that's not to say anything negative of Pajulu. He hasn't taken a death. Obviously, the big mistake would be, you know, the missing of the DSTA. But overall,
we're all doing
fairly solid.
Absolutely. It looks like both runners not going for the snow clip, which is understandable. It doesn't really save that much time.
Yeah, I think it's only like a second.
Oh, Speed having a little bit of trouble there. But still making it across without...
Breaking news, ice is slippery.
Very true, very true.
Pajulu missing the ground pound there, which is kind of interesting. We'll see if he also got a successful spiny manip. It looks like he's in position for it. He's just going to miss it. Just
unfortunate. Barely. Hopefully that dive makes it. It looks a little scary from this angle. Okay. That's good, that's good.
We're going to purchase a moon because this game is pay to win, and then we are off to Snowdram.
Standing right on the counter. Mario, your feet are dirty. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, in these unprecedented times, I don't think that was a very hygienic thing to do.
Not at all.
Can I still say unprecedented times, even though it's been like 2 years now?
I mean, I don't see why not.
I guess.
Going for the setup.
I don't know. Oh, he bonks off the front, and that was maybe a couple pixels away from where.
Speed also losing a couple seconds, opening the map too early. This is definitely going to shorten his lead as Pajulu gets the cleaner movement here as well.
That's pretty low again. I don't know if he got it. Oh, he just did.
Very sketchy.
Hopefully that's something Speed's going to be working on as he is looking like he's going to be headed to the playoffs.
Definitely don't want to have to see any of those mistakes.
Oh, not at all.
All right, Speed going to be leaving Snow here with about a 34-46 or so. 45, close. And Pajulu gonna be on their way to also do their Snowdram. Hopefully, he gets it first try.
That would definitely save some time. Speed lost quite a bit of time on this otherwise very good run on the Snowdram. A little bit of a setup there from Pajulu, and oh, this is looking good. This is looking good, and he's got it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You love to see it.
Pajulu making up some time. It's not going to be enough to take the lead, but it is certainly making this game a little bit more interesting.
Absolutely. Oh. So you take him just a small little bonk. Those pipes have such weird hitboxes. When you try to roll into them, at least.
Yeah.
Very silly.
I feel like especially because it's a flat surface and it sucks you in, rather than in a lot of Mario games where the inside of the pipe is a solid object.
Right.
Those can be kind of wonky.
And
I feel like in the 2D games, there were like really wide hitboxes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, someone in the chat saying that the difference looks more like a 54-second difference. It's definitely gone under a minute due to that lost Snowdram.
53.87 per statistics.
Nice.
So, very solid. We'll see if either of them go for Palace Clip here. Yes, I'm still trying to make that a thing. Double bonk setup for Speed. And he did not get it. Alright.
So, okay, so I've heard that clip called 3 different things now. One person has called it Wilco Clip. You just called it Palace Clip. And yesterday...
Dip, chest clip, there's fish and dips, fish dip,
that's
fish
the one I heard
chips.
yesterday.
Yeah, there's like 17 names for it, and the community has not agreed on one. As I have pointed out, it is in the Glass Palace. It is a clip, so I am calling it Palace Clip.
That
Although
makes
Wilco
sense
Clip
to
is
me.
kind of funny, even though it has zero relation to the Mario 64 trick.
Has nothing to do with Wilco. I think it's even funnier Wilco Clip's just called Wilco Clip because he's the one who's gone for it consistently in runs. Like, it's literally just BLJs into the 50-star door.
Which, I mean, it is a very known thing. It's been known since, like, 2000, I think, 2003, maybe. But, like, obviously it's required for 16-star and shorter categories.
Exactly.
But,
Speed
you know,
with a...
doing it in 120 does save a few seconds. Anyway, fish clip there by Speed. I don't want to talk too much about the wrong game here.
Fair enough.
I'm down to talk Super Mario 64 all day. It's one of my favorite games of all time, but...
It's a really good Speed game.
We are watching Odyssey, but considered by many to be a spiritual successor to 64. This is really the first, like, really open world game, not a 3D game where it really tells you where to go. Kind of suggests to you where to go. Kind of holds your hand in that direction, but you don't have to listen to it.
And unlike Sunshine, you can get, you know, more than one thing at a time. You're not just stuck on a single star. Alright, Speed gonna be out of here with a pretty decent lead. Pajulu here also with a good fish clip.
Yeah, very solid C signs from both runners. We're getting into the meat and potatoes now, and I did not mean to say that as we were going into Luncheon Kingdom, so pun completely unintended.
But perfectly fitting.
Yes.
Speed going for assault triple.
Got
Very
it.
clean. Down.
Good roll movement. Very close. That takes a lot of trust in your movement. To not dive out of there.
I am definitely not comfortable enough with that movement to do something like that.
I'm not comfortable enough with my movement to run this game at all, so that...
You know, fair.
That beats me by all means. Speed, not going to be going for Spiritless. I certainly did not expect any Spiritlesses. Certainly not until the deep stages of the playoffs. Even if I were one of the top runners, I wouldn't go for it. Just because I know that in a group stage setting, you're probably playing one or like at least 2 players that are far below your PB. And, you know, why chance a couple second skip on something that can go devastatingly wrong?
True, true.
This is definitely a very safe route. In Spiritless, not only is the initial trick difficult, but then you have to get the Invisiblock jump, and there's a whole shebang of other tricks that you have to get in conjunction with it just to get it to save time. And so I can definitely see it not being worth it in a group stage setting.
I think it was like the first race of the day yesterday, where a runner went for Spiritless, and as I was watching it, I was just like, huh, it's just like the min capture out. That's cool. I know what's happening here.
Yeah, because I guess the capturing the meat would count as a cap, so you can't do Spewert.
Yup. Well, I mean, you could do Spewert.
Yeah,
like,
and
just...
then grab a bunch of other random ones. Yeah, you're right. Does does the turnip count as a capture? Because you're not.
It's just.
It's
just a turnip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, you can't use the forks either in min caps, which would be pretty annoying.
No forks room, so I don't get to see the forks room too much. It's unfortunate. It's a nice room.
I'm a big fan of the forks room. In fact, I think we're going to be heading here shortly on Speed's screen.
Absolutely. Speed getting that dive, not taking a bump. It's good.
Quickly a question, since you're a...
Sorry, just he got the Potopo right as he got the moon. It was really nice. All right, so sorry. Go ahead. Question.
As a min caps runner, do you ever instinctively make a capture just because it's like part of the route of maybe any percent or world peace or just casual gameplay?
So funny enough, I don't do any percent at all. I kind of know the route, but only because someone's told it to me. I started out with minimum captures. I saw the category and I'm like, this looks like a lot of fun. I want to do this.
It's definitely a challenge category. I know that Speedrun.com briefly categorized it as a challenge run, and so didn't have it on the leaderboards, but it's definitely more of a... I don't want to say skill-based category, because it's very difficult of a category to run at a high level, but it's more of a, trying to break the game kind of category.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. That's what makes it pretty fun for me.
I can definitely see that. Great forks move by both players, by the way. Pajulu getting right into that side cage.
Alright, let's see if Pajulu can get some nice lava bubble movement in here, and he does. I know sometimes the lava bubble likes to be a little picky with its jumps, and doesn't like to make it occasionally.
Bad IVs. Bad jumping IVs,
Absolutely.
But yeah, I was commentating a race a while back, and somebody just could not for the life of them get up, and I'm like, wait, what are you supposed to do? Because usually people are done with this in half a second.
That's so
I sit there and think about it. Speed gonna be coming up to the meet here. So for those of you who are new to this game, there is a very difficult and time-consuming obstacle course. You can see that there are a lot of food-related obstacles here, and just kidding, Speed's done.
Yeah, I don't know. There are so many things in this game where it's obviously like, oh yeah, go this way, and then just Mario's like, nah, just go this way.
That's true of a lot of games, to be fair. As an obstacle course enthusiast, I have to point it out every time.
Valid.
Speed all done here. Pajulu with only a couple to go. And in fact, we do have a first-time chatter saying, damn. Yeah, I agree.
Heck yeah.
Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying the Mario Any Percent Open here. Currently in group stages, Division A, Group A, with Speed and Pajulu.
Had a lot of fun so far. Honestly, good races from both of them. Only biggest mistake from Speed right now was missing Snow Dram.
Yeah, the cheese rocks are definitely really annoying.
Hey,
I know that if you don't grab the right ones, you sort of have to focus on it a little bit more, and that can throw off your concentration.
Very true.
So Pajulu all done with lunch, and actually might be gaining some time here. We'll have to check the splits. They have not been updated yet. But I feel like Pajulu's gaining a little bit of time here on Speed.
He's looking great. Speed gonna be entering the dragon fight here. And with that being said, if I remember correctly, now is a great time to talk about our partner, the Urban Arts, the School of Interactive Arts.
Oh, am I doing the read?
Yes. Please do.
Okay. See, you were setting up for it, so I figured you were doing the read. Anyway, our friends at the Urban Arts Partnership, in addition to providing the prize pool for many of our tournaments here at GSA, including this one, they are a great program for underserved youth that help them learn game design, and with it, a lot of really important STEAM skills. You don't think you need STEAM skills until you do. I did not go to college for coding, and now 95% of my job is coding, so it's definitely an in-demand skill in this world that if you don't have the same kind of opportunities as many people, it's something that you never pick up on and kind of sets you behind in life. So definitely great that the Urban Arts Partnership is teaching them a lot of very valuable skills, and you know, a lot of people like video games, so it's definitely a great way to transition into those skills. So do go check them out. They do accept donations, so please, if you are able, throw them a couple bucks for, you know, the kids. And thanks as always to the Urban Arts Partnership for sponsoring many of our tournaments here on the Global Speedrun Association.
You guys are amazing. Thank you for what you do.
Speed all done with the dragon. Again, not much to say here. It's very difficult for the dragon to go wrong.
I did see him do something a little different. I haven't seen, I don't think any of the other runners do yet. So where he jumped against the wall and then just cap stalled the whole time to wait out the cycle. It's really interesting to see.
Hulu's still on his third cycle here. Phase. Cycle, phase. Kind of interchangeable, I guess. Not
honestly,
technically interchangeable, but for all intents and purposes, you get what I'm saying when I say the wrong one.
Oh, absolutely.
Speed gonna repair the Odyssey.
This is another one of those weird spots where, like, you know, where do you call the split? Do you call the split right as you skip the cutscene, right as you finish the moon?
I think it's generally right there. When you get that black fade out.
It took me a little bit when I was playing to figure out where the heck I should split, and that's what I decided on.
Yeah, it's a good call. I think that's pretty standard, is the black fade out at the Odyssey.
Speed now entering Bowser's Kingdom, as Saren has said that he's made a chicken Caesar salad, and now he will no longer be hungry like he was earlier. We love to see that.
That is a tasty and healthy choice. Well done. Kind of could go for one right now.
I think I'm going to be having grilled ham and cheese myself today, so I'm looking pretty forward to
that. I went to Arby's last night, so I got a couple extra sandwiches, and they had one for lunch.
Perfect.
They cut up bell pepper and some veggie straws.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah.
Speed here with some clean first 3 islands.
I don't know why. I think it's called an ogre, but for some reason my brain calls it a conkeldurr, which is a Pokemon that carries the steel girder.
That totally makes sense. Like, I can see the correlation. I can see it.
So my brain is just like, oh, Speed just got the conkeldurr. Every time for years. I will do it until I die, or I guess forget about Pokemon and or Super Mario Odyssey. By the way, that is 2 Pokemon references today for those keeping score at home. I'm not sure what the over-under on that was.
Alright, Speed here going to be going to collect the shards. Ooh, missing it the first time.
Collecting the shards, thank you.
And taking the pong. Unfortunate. Cappy, no! Cappy decided to home in.
Down to 1 health. Speed suddenly finds himself in a lot of trouble as Pajulu also grabbing the ogre. He's going to be on to shards in just a moment, and Speed taking a bonk. Gotta watch out for that bomb. Woo! Speed is having a lot of trouble here. I don't even know if he realizes that he's still missing a shard. And now he realizes that he's gonna go behind. Finally grabbing that 5th shard.
Oof.
Deep breaths, everybody.
That was a little intense.
Yeah, Septic, I don't think either of these players are gonna get sub-hour on this run. It would, as we see a rage capture over on Speed's side. Hulu just now getting into shards. I think sub-hour is pretty well and gone for both of these runners, considering it would be a massive PB for both. But Speed, up until that point, had been having an incredibly clean run. The only thing I can even think of was missing Snowdram.
Pajulu definitely going to be taking advantage of that. Catching up with a lot of really good movement.
Yeah, suddenly this race that has been pretty one-sided is now starting to find its way back to being very interesting. And now a miss on Mecha Brutal by either player could really open the gates.
As we saw earlier, Speed did get a clean Bowser Dram, though did seem to be facing the other way when uncapturing at the end. Looks like we're going to be getting a little setup here. Good first hit on Harriet.
Looks like a good Bowser Dram from Pajulu, and it is. So he's up to the bunny fight. And Speed, Speed must have throw. I feel like this fight should have been done already. Huh.
Not sure.
I mean, both runners going Harriet first.
Yeah, look at that.
A Sarbomba attempt, and he's got it!
Whoa! Very nice.
Sarbomba. That's going to save some time as well.
Very nice, Pajulu. Speed going into the top.
Quickly checking. Pajulu is now 2 for 2 on Sarbomba.
Very good. Oh no!
A little bit of an issue.
Bomb.
Although the Sarbomba bomb is still going to hang... Sarbomba bomb. Is still going to hang out. Yes. Speed getting topper while we were looking nicely at the Sarbomba by Pajulu.
We were looking respectfully.
Yeah. Certainly Sarbomba more interesting than a clean topper.
Alright, Speed grabbing the moon. Gonna be on his way up to the Mecha Brutal as Pajulu here. With a relatively clean topper fight.
Yeah, that was about as perfect as you could have a topper fight. And I will mention, because Pajulu took some damage on that Harriet fight, he is going to lose a couple seconds to the damage refresh. And suddenly, that's becoming kind of important. Wow, Speed breaking 3 boxes there. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, usually see 1 or 2. That was incredible. That was cool. Going for the weird camera jump. Making it.
Gonna climb up with the Pokio.
This race is absolutely much closer than it's been all race. You love to see it.
Yeah. I mean, really, not since Sand Kingdom have we seen these runners this close together. Hulu also going to go for... oh, wow, that was interesting. He's actually going to break all 4 boxes.
Hey, you know, safety is good here.
Was interesting.
Oops, Speed having
Speed on the Mecha Brutal.
A little bit of trouble getting up there.
Does get Rango. Incoming topper acquired. Yes. So far, so good on the Mecha Brutal front. He's in there. I'm going to assume, by the way, that 7 crates is the most broken in any Mario Odyssey, any % open race thus far. That's just a hunch. I obviously have no way of knowing this for sure. Matsi has not been keeping track of the number of crates broken, although perhaps he will add that to his docket. And a topper acquired as Pajulu just now entering the brutal fight, and the door that was opened seems to be slamming shut.
Pajulu's gonna have to play a little cover here. That was a bit low. But gets topper just fine.
Not quite a topper acquired because he went onto that platform, but overall pretty quick first 2. Gotta ride it out to get Harriet. Gets Harriet, and it looks like we're gonna see a left side top. No, he's gonna go a straight on target acquired here, which he gets. Two
Very
great Mecha Brittle
clean.
fights.
Absolutely.
I think
The only thing I can see here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think actually, Speed might have even lost a couple seconds because he was having a little bit of trouble getting up at first.
Oh, yeah.
About a 35-second lead heading into Moon.
I think the only way Pajulu can catch up here is if we see some mistakes in the Bowser fight or on pillars, or maybe even have to take 2 attempts on the moon jump.
Yep. I think a 3-attempt moon skip would even out this race. Yeah, Pajulu's doing very solid. Unfortunately for him, speed is speed. Yeah, that's about right. It's a 38-second difference, I think, if my math is correct. So, yeah, 2 or 3 moon skip misses. Issues on the Bowser fight. Obviously, you know, death in the escape sequence would open it wide up, but both players going deathless up to this point, which is pretty impressive considering a lot of players will take an intentional death on bridge skip. Both of them got it in Lost Kingdom, and then have otherwise been playing very well. The main difference for Pajulu are those early game struggles. Had some issues in Cascade Kingdom that compounded in Sand, was unable to get DSTA. Speed opening the door back up with some major issues on shards, as well as a failed Snowdram. To catch you guys up, for those of you who have not watched this whole race. Both players have been playing very well. It is unfortunate that Pajulu would be eliminated with a loss here, because he has been playing excellently.
Oh, Speed having to take a second attempt here.
Not losing too much time, though, because he didn't get up too high. He will get it that time.
All right, and the only chances here of any mistakes for Pajulu catching up is going to have to be some mistakes in the Bowser fight and pillars.
Perhaps the escape sequence, too. I was watching any percent runner. Don't remember which one off the top of my head, unfortunately, so I can't call them out. Pajulu, you gotta grab that rocket flower, buddy. There you go.
Oof.
Some non-swag up throws. I know you guys like up throws in chat. That was not a time for one.
Pajulu missing the first hit on Bowser.
You mean Speed. But yeah, he did miss it. That is going to lose a little bit of time. Pajulu is going to
a tap bounce.
And he's going to fall off the stage. That is the first death of the match on a moon skip.
No.
Unbelievable.
I don't think I've actually seen a death on Moonskip yet.
I don't think I have either. I've seen bonks on the bridge, but not a death. And because he had already used his cap throw doing the moonskip, he was unable to save himself.
And also no checkpoint.
That is such an unfortunate way to likely end this race in Pajulu's season.
Come on, Cappy. Be nice.
Still some issues with the rocket flower.
Alright, Speed here getting relatively clean cycles on Bowser now. Hopefully, Pajulu can get this first try again.
Which he does.
So I'm just a little bit of trouble, but making sure to play it safe.
After taking a death there, you definitely have that in your head.
Alright, Speed done with the Bowser fight. All we have left is the escape sequence and pillars. Unless we see any major mistakes here, this might be GG.
I was really looking forward to having a synced pillar, or not necessarily a synced pillar, but both runners and pillar at the same time. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. But as I was saying, when Pajulu rudely interrupted by taking the first death of the match, being sarcastic there, obviously, I saw a runner die on this segment right here of escape sequence. It was on like a really good run. Just for some reason, couldn't get a jump off of a falling block and took a death.
That's unfortunate.
No 2DSS for Speed, obviously has no way of knowing how Pajulu did, given this is a pre-record. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to talk to these players after the match either. I definitely want to know what was going through Speed's head during that Pillars segment. Having some trouble there on that skip. Going a left side break, I almost always see runners break that brick on the right.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting thing, although not any time difference.
Yeah.
And we are into Pillars. Get your cat jams out.
Time to break through and lead the way through these pillars.
Certainly, Speed leading the way in this race. He has led the entire way. Although, it definitely got interesting at points.
Absolutely. It's very unlikely at this level of running that something will happen to pillars. It could, but...
Yeah, I mean, an Invisawall.
Camera change, losing all your jumping momentum like
almost
myself.
Just jumped into a gap there. That would have done it. Okay, there we go.
Right.
Speed obviously trusts his movement more than I trust Speed's movement. And with a very low 101, all things considered, with a missed Snowdram and lots of issues in Moonshards, really the only two major mistakes, Speed with a 101.17 as he immediately quits.
The VOD restarting. I wonder what's happening there.
Yeah, so you were supposed to play the cutscene all the way through the credits, so that Saren has something to show, but instead it looks like we are going to see the rest of Speed's VOD. As, okay, looks like...
There we go. Now they're both in the escape sequence.
Oh my gosh,
what
this is such a close race! Wow, Pajulu with this slight lead. Get your cat jams out, this is very hype. Wow! Speed with the splice. Saren deciding to troll us a little bit.
My goodness, there you go. Now you have both runners and pillars. Sorta.
Saren, of course,
Pajulu missing that last...
Pajulu
missed that last final hit on the pillar. Had to go back and shoot a fireball.
And I think he's still didn't do it.
That was also a little sketchy.
Okay, I guess he did get the first pillar right.
That's good. We're going to see both runners finish out here again, or at least again for Speed. And Pajulu here going to be exiting with a high 102.
He's going to sub the 103, so pretty solid, all things considered. 102.55 the final time for Pajulu. Well done to both runners. Very entertaining race. Just an unfortunate way to end it there in Moon Kingdom, with the only death of the match coming on a moon skip. And that is unfortunately how Pajulu's season will end. Pajulu eliminated, and I think who's TMV Ronta played? So TMV Ronta has played Speed. So technically Chaos and Speed have not clinched, but it would take TMV Ronta, the number 16 seed in this tournament, to defeat Pajulu and Chaos Pringle. Chaos Pringle obviously 2-0, with times both right around TMV Ronta's PB. Actually, Chaos with the 100.13 against Pajulu earlier in this tournament.
All right, and despite just really great races, from great runs from both of them, the only mistakes really just being the missed Snowdram and the death in Moon, it was a great match to watch.
Absolutely. Taking a look at Speed's splits, he actually lost about 11 seconds in Moon because of the issues that he was having, missing a hit on Bowser, and then a little bit sloppy of a Pillars, coming in at a high 57, I think. Still overall a pretty good Pillars. That was the story of the match. Speed put his foot on the gas, started to let up, and then Pajulu with that issue on Moon. Slam the door shut.
Very unfortunate.
Yep, and we can take a look there. So Chaos and Speed likely through unless TMV Ronta can pull a miracle. Looks like we are going to have a tiebreaker race in Group B, though. Bugfish, AZ Harkos, and Dacid are going to be headed for a tiebreaker race. That'll be very hype. Group C decided. Group D, Yo-Yo Fruits and Buster Doggy likely through, although Doge C is a very talented player, despite what his previous 116 will tell you. Group E is wrapped up. Danny Geffen and Hey There Cool will be moving on. Group F still all to play for there. I actually no. Lightron is for sure through. Cool Cade is through with a win. With a loss, we'd have a 3-way tiebreaker for one spot there. Group G, still a lot to play for. I assume Matt Sock and G-Man have not played each other yet. And Group H, still we got some matches to go. We will see Stravos, who is already through, finish up Group C with Sean Hartman coming up next. And Group E also decided, Hey There Cool, wrapping things up against Sam Dwidge. Make sure you tune into those races. We will have another one coming for you in about 15 minutes. Enemy, thank you very much for coming with me. That was pretty entertaining.
Absolutely. This was a great match. It was wonderful to commentate again. GSA, thank you so much for this tournament, for the entertainment. Urban Arts Partnership. Urban Arts Partnership. Thanks again for just being awesome and sponsoring the tournament as well with all the things that you do.
I just want to point one more thing out that I just noticed. Pajulu was 25 seconds off of PB going into Moon.
Man. Again, both racers just playing so well.
Yeah, absolutely. So that wraps things up for us. Come back here in about 15 minutes and we'll have more Super Mario Odyssey any % open action for you.